He often tells the story of her great-great-grandfather, Constantine Winfrey. Now, there are many things of note in Constantine's story, beyond the fact that he is Oprah's great-great-grandfather. The 1870 census, which is the first census in which all blacks in the United States appear as free people with first and last names and descriptions beyond skin color. That census finds Constantine living in Mississippi, married, father of 5, and illiterate. The 1880 census, however, lists Constantine as able to read and write, a transformation of remarkable proportions in itself. But genealogical research into the Winfrey line uncovered an even more amazing story. In 1876, during a time when he had become literate, Constantine also made a deal with a white landowner, John Watson. And the deal was that if Constantine could produce more than 3,000 pounds of clean cotton in 2 years' time out of a parcel of land that he contracted to work, 80 acres of good land in Mississippi would be his. Now, we can only imagine how ceaselessly Constantine must have labored over those 2 years, because there are records showing that the transfer of land was made and the 80 acres became Constantine Winfrey's. Not only was he literate, he was a landowner. And there's more that genealogists uncovered in a report from 1906, indicating in that year, Constantine had moved the Spring Hill Colored Schoolhouse to his land, a move that ensured that a community of children who might have otherwise gone without schooling would be able to receive an education in a place close to home. In this story of her distinguished forebearer, I think we can see the seeds of commitment, hard work, intelligence, devotion to education, and devotion to community that have become the hallmarks of Oprah Winfrey's story as well. She is an American phenomenon from the roots up. Born into poverty in Mississippi, she worked her way through struggle and tragedy by her own considerable wits to become the philanthropist and cultural force that we all know today. Someone whose own intellectual curiosity and relentless generosity have influenced millions around the globe. Oprah Winfrey's story is driven by the philosophy that each of us has it within us to do better, to do more, to affect our communities in positive ways. Through her own drive and discipline, she has built what certainly can be called an entertainment empire. But she has also engineered and executed a model of business in which personal gain is given back or paid forward for the goodness of the community. Her good works are the stuff of legend at this point. Oprah's Angel Network, for instance, has generated millions of dollars in donations to establish what we might see as the descendants of the Spring Hill Colored Schoolhouse. 60 schools in 13 countries, including the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. The network has helped to build and restore houses destroyed in the Gulf region by Hurricane Katrina, to support women living with HIV/AIDS in numerous African communities. It has battled hunger in urban locations in Washington, D.C., and near her adopted home of Chicago. And it has provided books, and more books to children around the country and the world. Oprah Winfrey has an unrivaled ability to get people to open their hearts and minds and invest in countless ways in their communities and in their world. I've had the pleasure of sharing a stage with Oprah Winfrey before, first right here when she joined Lady Gaga and Kathleen Sebelius in announcing the Born This Way Foundation. And then, to the great joy of all of Harvard, we were able to welcome her at commencement a year and a half ago and award her an honorary Doctor of Laws. On each of these occasions, it has been my great privilege to talk about the ways in which she has, as I said, at the Born This Way gathering, and I'm quoting myself, challenged us. Get the words right, you might as well reuse them. How she's challenged us to understand and to empathize with people beyond ourselves. She's lived a life that has taught us any dream can be possible. She has modeled for the world bravery, kindness, acceptance, and empowerment. So today, I deeply appreciate the opportunity to present her.
She has been relentless in her mission to share her gifts with the world. As entertainer, entrepreneur, intellectual, actor, philanthropist, she puts before us all a model not only of what we can be, but also of what we can do. The W.E.B. Du Bois Medal recognizes Dr. Oprah Winfrey.
Hello.
For all the gifts that she has brought to the world. Oprah Winfrey.
Professor Gates, Madam President, Mr. Hutchins, thank you so much. I too am humbled to be on the stage with such legends as Harry Belafonte and John Lewis and all of our distinguished panel here today. I have to tell you, when I first started in television, I was just happy to be on TV. I was happy to have a job that was going to pay me at least my age. And I soon learned that, wow, this is a platform that I can use and not be used by it. I can use television to not just entertain people, but to inform them, to engage them, to bring little pieces of light into their lives. And so my prayer began, my personal prayer for myself, began to be, God, how can I be used for something that is greater than myself? How can I be used in service to serve the audience? As Dr. King said, that greatness is determined by service. That paradigm shift of using service to offer to the viewers changed the way I did television. And I have to say that it really informed my life. My constant prayer is, how can I be used? How can I use my life as an expression of art? I know that all of us share the same goal, regardless of our professions or what our pathways might be. We all want to live up to be the truest, highest expression of ourselves as human beings. And I am so honored to receive the W.E.B. Du Bois Award, because it means I'm on the right path. And I thank you. Thank you.